What's up, best friends? It's your girl Danielle, and we're in Rome. We just got here from Sorrento. We took like a shuttle from Sorrento to Naples, and then we took the train from Naples to here. But yeah, we're here now. It's kind of late, so we're gonna start doing what we gotta do tomorrow. But let's do a house tour, Airbnb tour. Let's get started. Oh, we'll just dodge. We'll dodge. I will not film that. This is how it looks like. A little messy. We just got here. Please leave us alone. So we go like this. So this is my bed. Then we enter the next bedroom. This is Victoria and Elena's bed room. And then you walk this way. You enter this little corridor. Oh my god! I'm trying to hide. That scared me. I didn't know where you were. This is the bathroom. A bathtub. Okay, we continue. And then this is the kitchen. Victoria and I went grocery shopping while Elena was working out. And we got some, groceries. They left us here. They left this for us. Isn't that so sweet? But yeah. Oh, you know, I have to stack up. Come on now. Mother doesn't let me have this. Okay. That is the Airbnb tour. We start adventuring tomorrow, so I'll take you. Come along. Come on. Come on now. Don't be shy. Come on. Perfect. So we started our first day in Rome by passing the Colosseum on our way to the big bus tour stand. Elena's mom, Anna, is literally a blessing. She got us these tickets through her travel agency that her family owns. So thank you so much. These tickets literally helped us with traveling around the city. Our plan for this morning was to head over to the Pantheon. So we only took this bus for one stop and got off walking past the altar of the fatherland, also known as Vittoriano. The night prior, we placed tickets online for the Pantheon, so we didn't have to wait in line. They did tell us, however, to cover up our shoulders, so we did make sure to bring sweaters to do that. The Pantheon was originally a temple dedicated to all the gods, but is now a church. The hole in the ceiling, that little dome, allows for another source of light aside from the entrance doors, and it allows for smoke to escape during ceremonies that they held in the ancient times. This is what the outside of the Pantheon looks like. We started heading over to the Piazza Navona right after. The Piazza Navona was actually built on an ancient Roman entertainment venue, which was referred to as the Stadium of Domitian, which held athletic competitions with stands over 20,000 spectators. It turned into a public space in the 15th century, becoming a marketplace. We headed over to the Trevi Fountain right after. I feel like I was the most excited about the Trevi Fountain. It's one of those things in Rome that I was looking forward to seeing for sure. This area was packed, which is understandable. You know, the Trevi Fountain is extremely popular in Rome, but it's funny to see how people are able to navigate and take pictures without getting the crowd in the background of their photos. We started making our way over to the Spanish Steps, starting at the top of the Spanish Steps and making our way down. But of course, we had to admire the view from the top of the Spanish Steps. And we got to see this amazing view of this side of the city. Did you really make your way down the Spanish Steps if you didn't record it? Here's what the Spanish Steps look from the bottom. We were just enjoying our time walking around the streets, and then Elena and I were low-key craving some bubble tea, so we made our way over to Walk-in Tea, which is a restaurant that we searched up that we also decided to just have lunch at. So we each grabbed something to eat along with bubble tea. Listen, we've been eating Italian food for a couple days now, so give us some slack. After lunch, we made our way over back to one of the big bus stops. We did do a little bit of souvenir shopping and then we hopped on. We were trying to stay on for the whole ride, but I really need to use the washroom, so we got off at the stop closest to us. But on our way to that stop, we passed by other landmarks. One of the most prominent landmarks was the Fountain of Naiads. The bus came with headphones that told you facts about these landmarks. So something interesting about this fountain was that once it was fully completed with the 4 naked statues around it, it would actually stop traffic because people wanted to slow down and wanted to see the statues and admire them, which I think was pretty insane to think that people were really stopping for some naked statues. Anyways, we continued on this tour, once again passing the Colosseum on our way to the stop that was closest to our Airbnb, and we walked all the way home. After freshening up a little bit at our Airbnb, we went to the Circus Maximus. Now we use this app called Sightseeing Experiences that tells us facts about all these landmarks that are along the big bus tour. However, even if you're not taking this tour, you can also download this app and take a walkable tour, and it's free. So that's just a fun fact for anyone who wants to use this app. Also, if you guys want me to make a video about traveling tips that made our traveling in Europe easier, let me know. I'm still thinking about it though. It was time for us to have some dinner, so we went over to Carlo Menta. They were having this deal where if you bought a first pasta, a second dish, and a dessert, it would only come up to, I believe it was either 15 or 13 euros. So obviously we had to take it. So this is what we had to eat and enjoy before wandering around the city at night and then heading home. Perfect. Another full day in Rome. We started off by heading over back to the big bus tour. Our plan was to stay on the bus for the whole time and listen to the audio tape just so we can learn the facts about all the landmarks that the bus drove by. Now, a fun fact that I learned was that an average Italian eats 60 pounds of pasta per year compared to an average American who only eats 20 pounds. This is the part where I tell you that we are Canadian, so it doesn't really reflect us. We were taking note of which landmarks we want to walk by and see up close. But one of the landmarks that I remember was the St. Angelo Bridge, which leads up to the Castle of St. Angelo, which we will be visiting later on in this vlog. But just this bridge was stunning. We also got to pass by the Supreme Court. Does this make us politicians? No, it doesn't. But anyways, here's an up-close view of the headphones and the settings. Pretty simple, straightforward. Once we made the full circle, we decided to get off the stop that was closest to the Piazza del Campidoglio. We walked up the steps, admired the buildings and the area before heading to the back. Right behind was the Roman Forum, which is a rectangular forum or plaza surrounded by ruins of several important ancient government buildings. You want to come in the selfie? We then made our way back to the altar of the fatherland, also known as the Vittoriano. We passed by this building a couple times on the big bus tour, but it was time for us to fully admire it. We made our way across the street so we can get a better view of the whole building. Elena and I, low-key, we were craving bubble tea again, so we found this place called Ti Amo, which was a bubble tea place. I got my go-to, which was a mango green tea moment, and then Elena got this fruit explosion thing with bare fruits. She was shook when they were making it. We got her bubble tea. Victoria didn't want anything, and we made our way over to the Piazza del Popolo. We went up the park and sat down to have some lunch. I had this pastry that the Airbnb host left us, and then we continued walking around and we saw this amazing view from the top of the park. We got to see the whole piazza from this bird's eye point of view. We just continued wandering around the park, admiring nature before we headed back home for the day. Oh my gosh. We started our last full day in Rome by heading over to the smallest country in the world, the Vatican City. I honestly didn't know it was the smallest country in the world till Elena pointed it out and she was like, guys, you know, we fully traveled to another country. And we're like, girl, what are you talking about? This is where the St. Peter Basilica is located in. I was looking for the Pope. He was nowhere to be found. It's okay. This site is traditionally a burial site for St. Peter, who is one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ and is one of the holiest sites in Catholic tradition. We started lining up so we can enter the basilica. They told us once again you have to cover up your shoulders, so we all prepared and brought sweaters and things just to cover up the top of our bodies. I was low-key obsessed with this basilica. I kept filming clips, so I hope you guys enjoy this little montage. This is us heading downstairs to the tombs of previous popes and saints. It did say no videos, no cameras, which obviously we are literally beside tombs, and I have to respect that because are you actually insane? I was feeling some sort of way because wow, is that actually, we were literally in that room filled with tombs of previous popes. It was wow, it was a moment to be alive. Whoa, not be alive. Sorry, I didn't mean it disrespectfully, but anyways. Just like before, we used the Sightseeing Experiences app and we learned more about the basilica. Right after our stay, we headed over to the Castle of St. Angelo. We sat down and had our lunch that we packed this morning. And I remember thinking and having conversations about how it only gets hotter in Italy. Like, we were here in the spring and having to wrap my head around the fact that it's gonna get hotter. Wow. We went home for a little bit, freshened up, took some breaks, and then for dinner we went over to this restaurant that was extremely popular. There was lines outside to get in. We started off with artichokes as an appetizer that we all shared. I never had an artichoke before, so this was definitely a moment. And then we each had separate pastas. I don't know, something about me was I always had a seafood pasta, and you know, a girl like me always killed it. After dinner, we decided to go over to the Trevi Fountain and see what it looks like at night, because on the big bus tour, they mentioned how the Trevi Fountain is worth seeing during the day and during the night. On our way to the Trevi Fountain, we walked by this cat sanctuary that they also mentioned on the big bus tour. This is a cat shelter that makes use of the ancient ruins that are located in this area of Rome. So you can see like the ruins in the back, but there's cats everywhere. This was our last night in Italy, so we had to make it worth it. So on our way to the Trevi Fountain, we also reached all the other landmarks and wanted to see them at night, including the Pantheon. The Pantheon at night was just a whole different experience. Obviously, we didn't go inside, it was closed, but just look at it on the outside. On our way to the Trevi Fountain, we walked by this candy store and Elena was craving marshmallows. So we went inside and we were just looking around. Obviously, I had to say what's up to my best friend Spider-Man. I resisted all urges of temptation. However, I did have gelato on my mind. We also passed by this area that was having a light show on this building. I don't know if it was for a specific event, but we did stand and watch for a couple minutes. Trevi Fountain is not as crowded as it is in the day compared to the night for obvious reasons. However, it was still somewhat crowded, which is understandable because it is a beautiful landmark which deserves to be admired. Just like always, I have to, cave into my obsession and my addiction of gelato. We each got 3 scoops. Mind you, this is our last gelato in Italy. We had to go out with a bang, and we had it by the Trevi Fountain. It was kind of like having macaroons underneath the sparkling Eiffel Tower. This is definitely the Italian equivalent. And just look how happy gelato makes me, This is our last day in Rome and our last morning in Italy. We start our day by heading over to Home Baked, which is a breakfast spot catered to American dining. I got this grilled Nutella and marshmallow sandwich because I knew when I came back home I was never gonna have Nutella for a while. But wow, when I tell you the marshmallows in there were marshmallowing. And how did my sandwich come with chips? Is this what Europeans be thinking about Americans? Because wow, but there were no complaints from me. I still ate that. It's funny looking back at it now because this was our last meal in Italy and we had American breakfast. Anyways, we headed over to this garden that was a walking distance from our breakfast spot. And we, once again, like I always say, take a shot every time I say exploring in this vlog or any of my other vlogs. We started exploring the area, exploring the garden. We were in Italy for 19 days, so saying bye was definitely bittersweet. I was just getting used to the culture here. However, it was time for us to head over to the last and final country in our Europe trip, which I will let you guys know right now. It's Greece. So my next vlog will be a Greece vlog, so hopefully someone is out there looking forward to that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, this Italian series, Italian Chronicles. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. There's currently 2 videos on the screen right now, my last video and a random video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And I can't wait to show you guys what we did in Greece. Until then, bye!